Hello, today we are going to learn how to play No Sides by Alex Kingston. I prepared this score. It has the entire structure of the song, and sometimes I included the notes instead of only the chords because I think it's important to include the notes that the guitar plays. Okay, on the beginning, the song starts like this.
Another.
Okay, so basically we have to do this. Okay, so this is the top melody of the guitar. Of course, the guitar is also playing the chords, but is doing a mix between chords and melody. And we are going to learn how to play exactly that. So the first chord is E major, as you can see here. 1 second. Okay, so here we start on E major, and I'm going to, instead of playing like this, I'm going to put this B over here. And the reason for this is because I want the top note to be the first note of the song, okay? So this top note will be the first note of the melody, okay? The left hand will always do the, octaves, okay? So when it's E, I do E. For example, here it will be A, B, etc. Okay. All right. So we start like this, and then. Okay, so it's and then. So as you can see, these notes are always there. We don't need to repeat, at least for now. Okay, so and repeat, and you can practice like this. Actually, if you don't hold with your fingers these two notes, it's not a big problem because we will hold the damper pedal, the sustain pedal, so it will be like this. It also sounds okay. Now with the bass. And then we start on the verse. We can include some more details. For example, on the beginning, instead of playing all together, we can play arpeggio, like a guitar, like. So we roll our hands like this, okay? Like this. It's also an idea. Um, Other thing you can do is repeat the left hand in the middle like this. So basically, I'm doing the left hand here and here. By the way, this note we don't play because it's connected from the previous one. Okay, so the left hand is together here, and right after these notes, you play the left hand again. Okay, so okay, again, again. Now with arpeggio. And after this part, you just continue the melody and repeat everything. One last detail that you can include is instead of repeat only the bass, only the left hand, you can repeat these two notes also. So in slow motion, like this. Okay. So. It's just some details that I think it makes sense to include here. All right. After this, we go to the verse, and The verse, we only need 3 chords. So E major, A major, and B major. And then, of course, return to E major. So we already have the E major here. And then when we go to A major, we go here. We can use a root position because it's really close from here to here. It's a small jump. And then we go to B major. And when we return to E major, we already have your thumb here. So again, E major, A major, B major, and E. And I really recommend to practice this pattern in loop, okay? Try to make this first slow and then try to increase the tempo. If it's easy, you can add the left hand doing octaves like this. And together. You can see this green light here. This is my sustain pedal, so you can follow my movements. I always change the pedal when I change the chord. It's always after the chord, okay? So I change the chord and I change the pedal right here, okay? So then change the pedal right here and right here. So it's always after the chord. So I have the chord here, and then I play, and the pedal goes up like this, up, and then down, up, down. The idea is to connect all the chords, okay? Let's listen to the song.
Another headline, another fight, different flag, same dark.
Okay, so okay, we can do this pattern, and what I'm doing, I'm just using the first chord to explain, but we can apply this to the entire song almost. So we have 3 notes. I start with the first notes, the first 2 notes, like this, and then bottom note and the entire chord. Bottom note, 2 notes. So it's always alternating between 2 notes and 3 notes, and the thumb plays between. And the bass just need to play once. I think we can just play once here, 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 and here. So yes, on A major is the same thing. So and then B and E. One more time.
Headline, another headline, another fight.
Yeah, so this is what I made is like an introduction of what you can do after this, because it's doing something like so you have this rhythm. But before you start doing this, try to practice what I already explained, okay? Try to do this pattern. And after this, you can try to do what the guitar is doing. Slow motion. One more time. Okay, so try to practice this pattern. And you just need to practice on the first chord, because if you can do here, you can do on the entire song. And, yeah, here you do half of the pattern on A and the other half on B, so it's and change and back to E, and then repeat everything. Here we don't have nothing, So it means that we do exactly the same. So here is E. Okay, let's play with the song. 2, 3, and
Another headline, another fight, different flag, same dark night.
yeah, on this pattern, on this part here, you can repeat the you can do the intro on this part here.
Children hiding from the sky, grown men trade another lie. We draw our lines.
So you can just continue the chords, or if you are comfortable with the intro, you can do the intro on this part. And don't forget, this part here, these 4 bars, it repeats, okay? So it's this thing twice. And then we go to the pre-chorus. And on pre-chorus, okay, let's start with the chords. So we start with C sharp minor. So before we were like this is E major, and C sharp minor is exactly the same, but your thumb goes here, and that's it. And the left hand, of course, will be here. And you can do the same pattern. And then go to A major, and then E major. Okay, let's play with the song.
We draw our lines like it's a game, pointing fingers, shifting blame. Every bullet sounds the same. No one's winning, only shame.
Okay, here it's 4 tempos, and then we leave 2 tempos with sustained pedal. So it's like this: 1, and then 1, 2, and chorus. Okay, so let's play one more time from the chorus.
We draw our lines like it's a game, pointing fingers, shifting blame. Every bullet sounds the same. No one's winning, only shame.
1,
I
2,
don't choose sides, I choose.
and then we go to the chorus. Maybe we can leave the pedal around here on the last tempo to before we drop into the chorus. I like to do like 1, 2, and then we attack the chords of the chorus. Okay, the chorus is maybe the hardest part, just because we change faster. We have to change a little bit faster, always. Except here, this is the same chord. So it's the same thing. A, E, then we go to B, and then A, E, B, C sharp minor, A, E, and B. All of them will be 2 tempos, okay? So before you play with the song, you can set a really slow tempo and count 2 tempos in each chord. Of course, here it will be 2 plus 2. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, go to B, 2, and A, and back to B, and then B, 2, and 2, and A, and E, and B. And then we go back to interlude. So when I say go back, because the interlude is exactly the same as the intro. All right. However, we have to make some movement on the chorus.
I don't choose sides, I choose peace. I hear the voices that never sleep, the crying mother.
Yes, so basically you can keep doing the same pattern as before. Maybe during the chorus you can apply what I explained on the beginning to do the verse. So instead of this rhythm, I think it can be even more straight, like always like this. Of course, we have to change the chords, but we can make everything straight, like A, E again, B, and A, and E, and B, C sharp minor, then A, E, B. And I think this B, we just need to hold.
There's the broken homes, sons and daughters all alone. No sides, just peace. Let the fighting finally cease.
No, it's always this, always with the pace, so it's always normal. So I'm going to play with the song. Let's go from the chorus.
Only shame.
3 and wait, 3.
I don't choose sides, I choose peace.
Sorry, I forgot these 2 extra tempos. Let's go.
I don't choose sides, I choose peace. I hear the voices that never sleep, the crying mothers, the broken homes, sons and daughters all alone. No sides, just peace. Let the fighting finally
interlude.
cease. History writes the same old story.
Yes, and then we go to the verse 2, and verse 2 is different from verse 1. It has some differences, especially here. So let's explain part by part. So the first one is E major, we already know, and then we go to A major, C sharp minor, and then back to A, and now we have F sharp major. So we were here, right, on A major, and now we go here, all black, and the left hand, or here. Maybe here it creates some more tension. And then we go to B, we already know, and then just do the same things. E, A, C sharp minor, and B. And this B here, it will be more, yeah, it will be the same as this one. Okay. Actually, I know it's different. Okay. So, yeah, this part here is the same as this one. We count 4 tempos and then we hold 2 more tempos. So, let's play with the song. Oops.
History writes.
Okay. Let's go from here, from verse 2.
History writes the same old story. Anger passed down, no glory. If we don't change our ways, the cost is ours to pay. We don't need another war. This world's worth fighting for. Let love be louder than the guns before we lose another son.
1,
I
2.
don't choose sides.
Actually, here, instead of holding, you can just keep going always. 3, 4, 5, 6, and chorus 2. Okay, so instead of holding the last 2, maybe you can always going, because the song has more energy here. So we can keep that energy. And again, we are doing a mix between the guitar and the drums, because the drums hits the snare on the 3rd tempo. Like here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And by doing this pattern, we are doing a piano arrangement where it has, well, it doesn't have a drum, of course, but we more or less try to do the feeling of the drums. Okay, so yeah, sometimes I like to play the left hand again during the chorus, like. You can play the left hand between the notes of the right hand sometimes, so don't play like. That's not the point, but and you can sometimes play the bass, sometimes play this one. Yeah, so you can apply these techniques during the song, especially from here, because we have more energy here. Yeah, when we have a chord with 4 tempos. Sometimes I also like to do an arpeggio going down like this. I'm using A major, but you can apply to any chords, like maybe this is a good pattern to start this technique. I'm just repeating. Yes, so let's go to chorus 2. And usually the chorus we play the same chords. However, here we played on the chorus 1 A, E, E, B. Here is A, E, B. So it's different here. But I think from here is the same. A, E, B, C sharp minor. Yes, so just a little change here. So let's go from chorus 2. Okay.
I don't choose sides, I choose peace. I hear the voices that never sleep, the crying mothers, the broken homes, the sons and daughters all alone. No sides, just peace. Let the fighting finally cease.
And then we have one more time the interlude, and it's exactly the same as the intro, and of course the same as this interlude. So let's go from here.
Let the fighting finally cease. Ooh, the children.
Okay, the bridge is also really easy because we have the same chords. So I'm going to play directly with the song because we already learned these chords.
The children watch, we let them fall. They never ask to pay it all. But love can break this endless chain and put an end to all this pain.
Yes, and then we explode to the last chorus. One little detail, especially on the bridge. You can listen the bass when it goes from C sharp to A. It walks. It's walking until A. So it's doing like this. 1, 2, 3, and let's listen to the song.
The children watch. We
now
let
going
them
down.
fall. They never ask.
So we can also do this on the last tempo. We do da 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 like 1, 2, 3. Da, da, da. I'm going to play one more time, and I'm going to include this walking bass.
The children watch, we let them fall. They never ask to pay it all. But love can break this endless chain and put an end to all this pain.
And then we go to the last chorus. And the last chorus, well, as you can see, A, E, B, and again, A, E, B, and then A, E, B, but then we go to C sharp. And then A, B, and we finish on E. And this last bar, it has a little bit of the intro, like I think. Let's find. So I'm going to play from chorus 3.
All this pain, no sides, just peace. Let the fighting finally cease. No more blood, no sides, no more blood, no sides, no more blame, no sides, let love remain.
Oops. I made a mistake here. So the last part is A, E, A, B, E. So, and then, and we can slow down a little bit here, like, and I think the last chord should be arpeggio. Oops, I removed my sound. Okay, so one more time, last chorus.
And put an end to all
Let's go.
this pain. No sides, just peace. Let the fighting finally cease. No more blood.
Yes, also the last chord, this B here, instead of continue the motion, the movement, we just hold the chord. So we are on A and one single B and that's it. Of course, you can explore some more techniques. For example, the left hand, instead of doing only the octave, you can also include the fifth. Okay, so on E will be like this, A like this. Maybe here is too low. B and E. Same thing for C sharp minor if you want to use. Same thing for the F sharp major, this one here. Yeah, especially when you want more intensity, for example, on chorus 2. Maybe it's... Yeah, maybe here on A doesn't work so well. But when you go to E, I think it works really well. So, like, octave and with the fifth. Yes, and this is how you play the song No Sides. Thank you.